Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new gays reaction video. Hello everyone, what is the tea? What is the Darjeeling? So today we are delving back into the world of playing it straight. You guys really enjoyed when I watched the first episode and I said if the first video did well, I will continue watching the series. So we are going to go on to episode 2 of playing it straight, girls. I'm nervous, excited, I don't know what to expect. So basically, if you haven't watched the first episode, make sure you do go watch that one. There will be spoilers in this one, so if you'd like to continue watching this series with us, obviously you have to watch the first one. So just a tiny little recap. So in the first episode, we met a lovely woman called Zoe, who basically is in a dating show where she thought originally that it was going to be like a Bachelor-esque style show where men would compete for her love, and so on and so forth. However, what she didn't know is that half the contestants there are actually gay men trying to trick her into thinking they're straight. Again, I don't really want to talk about how this show is problematic. It's making gay people out to be the villains and like they're sneaky. I also question gay people for doing this to begin with. But you know, it was 2004. Things were very different back then. I think we should get straight back into it. I'm sure there'll be some kind of recap, but I'll make sure if they haven't covered anything, I will say what's happened. Okay, let's not beat around the bush and get straight onto the TV show. So let's get going.
This beautiful girl called Zoe is
Zoe.
living in Mexico with some of Britain's most eligible bachelors. She's hoping one will become the man of her dreams.
So I'm gonna...
Lovely. I really do.
But the course of true love never
Gay
runs
in the middle,
smoothly.
gay.
And some of these men represent every
wasn't actually
modern
gay.
girl's dating dilemma. But some of them are gay.
I know, shock horror, gay people exist.
The reasons why Zoe might think that I could be one of the gays.
Spend a bit of time on the air. I'm scared of spiders, heights, and I can't swim.
Is there...
Because you know what, guys? Drowning is only for gay people. Yep.
If she ends up with a straight guy, they'll share out £100,000. But if she falls for a gay guy, he'll win the whole 100,000 for himself, and Zoe will walk away with nothing.
What's quite sad about this situation is someone said it in the comments. I don't know why I didn't say it in the video. It's really sad that like she does have the short end of the stick here because like there's no chance of her being able to win 100 grand. Like if the gay person's like, yeah, I get 100k, I'm the villain bar bitch. But like for her, like she's not able to have that possibility, and I find that like really sad.
Last week, disaster. Zoe's gaydar had the night off and she eliminated 2 straight guys.
I need to know, are you gay or are you straight?
I'm straight.
I'm straight. You made a mistake.
The thing is, if people didn't watch it, just if you're not going to go back and watch the first one, she did based on stereotypes. That is a look past stereotypes. She based it totally on stereotypes. It's because the first guy we saw there, because he had hair straighteners, and she was like, oh no straight people would have, no straight man would ever have hair straighteners, and she got rid of this man here, Raphael, because he had like a tub of Vaseline and lots of shoes. Like all of a sudden that means he's gay.
Will she spot the clues this time? As
Probably
the guys
not.
get hunted with ropes.
Ooh.
Bucking crazy.
Oh, I don't like that.
And lose control.
I'll tell you what, I'm so serious, mate.
Brian and my good self will guide you through this fairy tale as our 8 remaining guys pull on some leather
8
chaps for a
remaining
test of
people left.
machismo at the corral.
So now they're doing
As ever, Zoe
lassoing
is our
because-
Sherlock Homo. Queer stalker on, watching for clues.
All the contestants here do not know how many gay or straight people there are.
I think, didn't they say there was half? I'm pretty sure they said there was half.
And you are constantly trying to revalue what you believe in, what you know.
What you
And
believe in.
suddenly you're looking at every person's actions, what they say, what they do, and trying to say...
I don't
if
think
he's
Danny's
a little bit
gay.
too macho, then he must be gay.
I don't
and
think
if he's
Danny's
too camp,
gay.
then he's straight.
Whoever is gay are incredible actors. Unless, I mean, people are probably sitting at home going, you
Incredible actors, yes, of course, because we've had to hide who we are. For God, no, I mean, I wasn't very good at it, but you've had to hide who you are since you're a kid because you're told, especially because 2004, you know, to hide who you are for that long, you get very good at it because if you don't hide it, back then you get beaten up and you ridiculed and mocked. Not good actors, it's just because that's what they've had to do. Straight people are absolutely clueless.
stupid women, it's obvious which ones are gay, but I'm sorry, if you're out here, it's not obvious.
The godmother in our fairy tale, June Sarpong,
Hello,
casts
June.
her spell.
Okay, so I will explain the rules, fellas. You are about to play a game of dude roping.
Dude roping? That's what I could do as a
the
dude.
guys are gonna lasso you, and the last man standing gets a date with our beautiful fair maiden.
Isn't it?
Okay, now we're playing 2 games of this, so don't you lot think you're getting away with it.
That would be, wouldn't it
So
be
Zoe,
really
if you
painful to be like
hold up
lassoed and
the
like
ceremonial
pushed to the
clock,
floor?
When she drops it, the game begins.
Good luck, boys.
Drop it, girls. Sorry, but I couldn't. Oh, look at all these people watching. There's like literally loads of people watching. Ah, look at the puffs fly. I'm probably gonna have to mute some of this because like there's copyrighted music playing.
Perhaps Peter's been pulled by a guy before.
Oh, look at those one-liners.
Well done, Daniel. Will you come back in?
Okay, so Daniel
I'm so
won
pleased
the
Daniel
date,
won. That was great. And then on the second go, ready?
and here's the second group going.
They just picked on Danny with the dark hair. They just wanted to get in.
They fancied
It seems Danny B really wants that second picnic. He even had a cunning tactic.
I made a comment to one of the riders at the beginning saying, I'll give you $100 if you leave me. But I think he thought I'd bet him $100.
So he cheat, gay, cheat.
They wanted to win. Yeah, it was really competitive.
Of course
It
they
was
want to
great.
win.
I loved it.
Oh, there was testosterone coming out my arsehole at the time, I tell you.
Seemed a bit dangerous, but a lot of fun. I'm a bit gutted I didn't get to win, get to spend some time
See,
with
is he
Zoe.
gay or European? Who can tell?
So Demetrius is outed. Danny B, Ben, and Alex are left, and Alex has a nice technique.
So Alex won the date in the first episode, and I think he's gay.
So Alex wins a date with Zoe too.
So he's had 2 dates with her now.
Coming up, some dirty dancing.
I need to. Oh,
And the boys get
I feel like I
hot
should be
under the
watching
collar.
this.
I've had enough. I'm sorry. And I don't give a shit. You can put me on a flight home.
Someone's getting angry, girls.
By proving the size of their manhood with some macho horseplay, Daniel K and Alex now get a one-on-one picnic with Zoe, as the more ropey cowboys look on.
The idea that people who don't win the date now have to sit and watch the other two like get on a date. Not only is that weird for them, but it's also weird for Zoe, who's trying to get to know these people. And now there's like people like watching them on their dates. So like if she wants to have like a little sneaky kiss, she probably wouldn't do it. Like that's so weird that they make them watch.
As soon as I saw
Yeah,
you,
I don't think
you've
Daniel's
got a real,
gay.
like,
I think both the
cheeky,
Dan and Danny, I don't think they're both.
naughty,
I don't think they're gay.
troublemaker look, and that's. And I mean that as a compliment. I don't mean that because you know you're full of fire and you've got really good attitude and you know quite confident, and that's really nice without being arrogant.
No.
It's a really good. It's, you know, you seem like a really sorted person.
That's cool because that is pretty me.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll probably stay in for another elimination. Hopefully, I don't know, because everyone else looks really macho and all
Yeah,
that.
I don't think
Where
he's
in
going
Manchester do you
anywhere.
live? And then he started going, oh yeah, Danny, dark-haired Danny. He's from the same area in Manchester, but he goes, but I've never seen him out. So maybe he's been down Canal Street.
He's from Manchester as well. Seen him about anyway.
Have you not? No.
So people who don't know, Canal Street is like the gay street in Manchester, and the fact that he is now like trying to like throw him under the bus and be like, well, I've never seen him out. That's underhanded. But then that would make me less trustworthy. Like if I was in a situation and Daniel was saying that to me, I would be then less trusting of him. Because like I think in this situation, probably the worst thing to do is to try to throw other people under the bus. Because if she doesn't know exactly who is the gay people, like throwing other people under the bus, to me, that would just be a red flag for the person doing it rather than the actual person they're talking about. Because, like, Manchester is huge. To be like, I've never seen this person out. They must have been going down Canal Street with the gays. Like...
After 20 minutes of model conversation, Daniel K must hand over to Alex.
Sweet. Hey, Migo. First time was luck. This time I won fair and...
But I go, no, you didn't win fair and square. So, can I just say, what's funny as well is, so they picked up on in the first episode, I think Patrish, I can't remember what his name was now, got eliminated because of the hair straighteners. What I find funny is like no one's made any comments about Daniel having like long blonde hair like that looks quite looked after. I'm surprised that no one's said, oh, that's a gay thing, or that because he looks like he has long hair like that, long blonde hair. Like
and square. Get away from my lady.
Check this one out. Oh, he's going
Your
back on
lady.
camera. Big bad Alex.
I've been lucky enough to have 2 one-on-one alone times with Zoe, and I'm so pleased because I don't do so well in a group of people. I'm so much better one-to-one.
What the hell's that?
I'm actually not too sure. Just one of the little kids gave it to me, so I'm guessing it's not tea.
And I said, let's
I don't
do
trust him
cheers to
at
being
all.
honest. And he said, no, everything I'm telling you is completely honest. Promise.
Promise you, definitely.
All right. Take your word for it.
no, I don't trust him. I don't trust the little smirks. I don't trust him.
I honestly think he's telling the truth.
I'm quite a shy guy, which
Zoe.
a lot of people think I'm gay just for that reason. But she's a very sharp girl, and she can see through that.
Can she
Have you ever been with a man?
Yeah, some of these men, you're lying.
Never had a drunken night where you-
Never had a drunk. I've ended up in bed with a guy, but you do because there's
Bottoming.
With a mate.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, but
Hands on,
never-
no touching, nothing in between.
Never had
Pissed to
any.
wake up in the morning.
Never
say,
had any feelings or thoughts.
No,
towards
not had any
sex.
feelings. No, never.
And I quizzed him loads about whether he'd ever.
So there's something quite disturbing about a straight person that felt very intimidating and very kind of accusation, like kind of she was accused, like it was very pointed, like, have you done to the man, have you slept with the man, have you touched the man, and it felt, and then he was like going, no I haven't, no I promise I haven't, and like if I was in that situation now and I had to do that, like I would never do it, but like say it happened, I was just some weird situation that happened, like that would be really like almost distressing. It felt that to me was very uncomfortable to hear her being like, have you done this, and for him to be so denial about it. Like, I don't know, that would make me feel so insecure and so horrible to have to like lie again like that. Like I do think this guy is gay. I don't trust him at all. There's something about him that the way that he's been acting in this episode here, I actually think he's gay, and I don't trust what he's saying. If that is true and he is gay and he had to say all that, I couldn't imagine how that might, like, that would really upset me. Again, it's that kind of idea that being gay is wrong, and he's having to be like, no, it's not, no. And I get it's for the TV show and stuff, but it's still subconsciously sort of plants in the head that being gay is wrong, because it's like, have you done this? Because if you have, you are wrong. That makes me uncomfortable. Just seeing his reactions then. And that sort of like nervous smiley laugh. I think he was gay, and to me that was uncomfortable.
Slept with a man, whether he'd ever kissed a man, and he said no. So
After the dude roping, the boys are a bit sticky. Well, it does get hot. and
Oh, so
sweaty
now they're
when
gonna
you squeeze
shower
inside
together
chaps.
and have
So
sex
it's time
in
for
the
a
shower.
refreshing shower.
Oh.
Our men are tired and mean and flirty,
God.
but before they can get down and dirty, they must rinse and wash and scrub and scour.
I'm gonna skip this. I don't want to get demonetized. Any sort of flesh, and YouTube's always like, no, girls.
So just be careful not to drop the soap.
Really?
Suitably April fresh, the guys take some Dutch courage for the next task as June tests their
They're
more
getting
feminine
pissed.
side.
They're gonna test their feminine side.
Evening, fellas.
Hello, girl.
Have you had a good evening so far?
It's been brilliant.
We've got a night of Mexican entertainment lined up. La Banda.
Oh God, am I gonna have to mute stuff again for copyright reasons?
We'll be providing the music, and you'll be learning one of the sexiest Mexican dances of all. It's called La Quebradita, okay? Now, we have 8 lovely shirts waiting in the courtyard outside Zoe's room. And it's a case of first come, first served.
So they're like gonna dance. I guess they're gonna make them
First day of the
sexually
sales,
dance
as the
together.
boys scramble for the best outfit. And quite suddenly, Demetrius comes over all queer.
When we had to run to choose shirts, I just felt so dizzy. I ended up feeling very bad. The paramedic said that it's probably a stomach infection.
He's just got the gay.
Now suitably attired, the other boys, minus Demetrius, watch the steps performed by our pros.
God, can you
And
imagine
all is
being able
well
to do that?
till they hear
Jesus.
that they'll be learning the
Whoa.
dance with each other.
So they've got this whole band there gonna play for them, and these men have to dance like that together. Like, do you think they just hired the band and they're like, yeah, stay there while we watch these men do some homoerotic things? Like, did they? Like, I always wonder like what they told the band members. Like, how you can watch now men grind on each other. Like, it's a bit of a I don't know. The whole concept of that just seems bizarre.
And then they wanted us to do a big orgy of gayness.
Orgy of gay. Like, no. You were the one who said like. Raging
Of course, dancing a
pufter.
sexy dance with an attractive man
God.
could prove harder for some of our guys than others. Meanwhile, Zoe's secretly watching all the fun.
Oh, she's secretly
Dance was
watching.
like proper grinding on each other. I was getting a little bit horny, but
Oh, he outed himself.
And then I was swung around a bloke's hips, and then with my legs going in between, around the bloke.
Oh, those two. Let's see. They're trying to.
However,
See, okay, so that was very telling. I get that there are some straight men. So if you saw the one that he was like, that's made me feel like that guy is gay. the thing is, I get that some straight men are a bit kind of like really insecure about their sexuality and they act like that. But I think for a show like this, people are overacting. And to me, that was a big show of, I think you're actually a gay person. For straight guys, it shouldn't be an issue, because it's like, if you're comfortable with who you are, you can do this, and like, it doesn't mean anything. The sort of let's pretend that we're all like grossed out by it is very, I think it was very telling, and that person's reaction then was too much.
Zoe emerges from her hiding place to tell
Hello,
the guys what
Zoe.
she's been up to.
Well, actually, I've been watching
I've
you
been
all from
dogging.
the door, and I'm very, very, very impressed. I basically get to pick the best dancer, and he gets to bring me breakfast in the morning. So, I'm going to choose Johnny. Congratulations.
Oh.
Go on then, you loser.
So Johnny is the dancing queen. And
I mean, we
make
didn't really
Zoe
get to see very
breakfast.
much. We
Plus,
couldn't really
he gets
tell.
a dirty dance with her. But somebody's not a happy camper.
And now they get to dance with her.
And then put your head down.
Oh, hold her.
I feel like I shouldn't be watching this.
You know what I think? I think it's a complete setup, and I think
It's fine.
take me out of the show.
I think Danny actually accused Zoe of being dishonest, because he said, look, you don't just waltz in here and know a dance routine off by heart. There's more to this than meets the eye. You've obviously been trained.
What? But the task wasn't about Zoe knowing how to dance. The task was about you dancing, and then she had to pick with the best one. What's it got to do with her being able to dance? Come on, Danny, you're being a child now. That doesn't make any sense. To be like, oh, you knew the dance. It was all set up. Well, yes, because of course she would have known the dance. The whole point of this is for you guys to dance, and then you can dance with her at the end. Like, what? Now he's throwing a hissy fit. He's only throwing a hissy fit because he didn't get picked.
Regarding your dancing skills, right? You can't just walk in and know a dance like that. I know you made a practice before, but
I didn't.
I mean, you would have practiced, babe.
Just didn't want to do it like the rest of us, but was a bit more.
He obviously was just having a bad mood and was grumpy because he didn't get picked, and he's lashing out
What are you
in a
trying to
different way.
prove, you know, but that could just be game plan. That could just be part of their little tactic.
and I don't give a shit. You can fucking put me on a flight home.
Straight. That was a straight man's tantrum.
You knew the dance.
So move on.
From my point of view, you knew the dance. Like, this is a complete fucking setup. You're either a presenter or you know the fucking dance.
It's really obvious that Danny has got a bit of a problem. I thought he was putting on a bit of a show, actually, to be honest.
Now, Danny in 2021 is that COVID conspiracy theorist. You're obviously a producer. Like, because she knew a dance routine. She's going to know the dance routine. What are you talking about? This is like the most non-issue. And you're like, oh no, you're obviously... This is taking a whole turn. Here I am trying to like critique the gays and the straights doing this, but now we're having a whole drama thing about how she's a producer of the show and she actually knows what's going on. What? You're just bitter because she didn't pick you. That is the only reason why you're having a tantrum now, Danny. I liked you, and now this has happened, and now I don't like you.
And I felt really uncomfortable being around him. He's just being such an obnoxious little twat, to be frank. And there was an argument that broke off between Ben and blonde-haired Danny.
I'm telling you, I'll smack you out in the effing bounce. In the bounce? What? And I'll break your...
Johnny just told Danny Blonde, that basically is a big pansy. And then Pansy just started up with me and him and said, do you want to fight? And we always said, yeah.
Pansy? I have not heard someone be called a pansy in decades. Like, that was very telling of the time when this was made. This is, again, it was like 2003, 4-ish time. I have not heard the word pansy. I mean, I used to be called pansy when I was like a teenager. It's so weird to hear the word pansy. And like, he had gone up to the other man and been like, he's a pansy. What? And now Ben's like, no, I'm not a pansy. I'm a man.
And then the blonde-haired tart chickened out.
Tart? No. Sorry. No. Ben is a gay. Ben, no, I'm sorry, but a straight man would not just go, blonde-haired tart. No, absolutely not. Ben is gay. Ben is gay. I'm sorry, you will never convince me otherwise. Straight men don't just gonna go, oh, the blonde-haired tart. No, absolutely not.
I'll pick up. Are you being serious? I'll tell you what, I'm so serious, mate.
Danny, in what way was I...
Angry man.
Yeah, I suppose that argument with me and Danny was... I wish I hadn't
you know, done that. Oh, I wish I'd just waited till there was a
Yeah,
quiet
the blonde
moment
dead
and then thumped him.
Guess what? Guess what? Because I'm blonde, alright? Don't make me call you, alright? Don't make them and I me, alright? Because I'm good, alright?
We don't know who he's talking about, but he's definitely talking about somebody.
Bitchy queens, girl. The stereotype was true. From this interaction, I don't think Daniel is gay. I think those other two were, Ben and the one who was with him, are both gay. That was very catty. It was very like bitchy queens together having a bit of a bitch fest. I spoke about this in the first episode. Like, obviously I am a gay person who was ridiculed for so many things, so it's very different for me to talk about stereotypes and be like, this is this and this, than a straight person doing it. There is a big difference. What just happened then is very telling.
Did you have a fight? No, shut up. Did you have a fight with Ben? Did you have a fight with Danny at all?
Yeah. Okay. No, you can shut up, can't you?
Why are you coming to my room?
I was having a different conversation at the time.
Why are you coming to my room with the camera crew talking about two other people? Please tell me.
He came up to me and
it's very
accused me of actually being
aggressive.
an actor paid by the company, which I thought was a really odd kind of thing to say.
The wooden actor? Jesus, I've seen you on camera.
Danny really is a conspiracy theorist, isn't he?
This game
That
makes
he's
people
like
paranoid, and it got to the extent where he's gone overly paranoid now.
very down the rabbit hole, isn't it? Danny, you've gone down in my estimations. I really liked you in the first episode, but this one you're like, it's all a ruse to be gout. The whole point of the show is for the gay people to be like, to act straight, to act, you know, acting everything, horrific concept. But the whole, so of course, like, Danny to be like, for Danny to be like, you're just a plant. Why would they be a plant? What's the point of having a plant as well? Is people competing? Like, the whole point of it is to be these gay people to play it straight. So why would they suddenly have plants as well? Because the gay people would technically be like the plants.
Before it all went pear-shaped last night, Johnny, as the king of the dance floor, won the right to have breakfast with Zoe. Just what you want after 3 bottles of tequila and a punch-up.
Yeah, I know that she likes fruit apparently, so I'm just going to give her a load of fruit.
You're enough of a fruit for her.
When in doubt, do a little picture. Eh? Melon balls, like melon balls, and sliced and stars.
Do it yourself.
She might want to fry up though, the way she's feeling this morning. Because we all got pretty drunk last night.
I would not want him to be making me breakfast.
Here we go, happy breakfast.
Oh, you sweetheart. Thank you
There we
so
go.
much.
Morning. How you doing?
Good. Are you feeling hungover?
I am really hungry. I'll come around this side.
Okay, cool. Well, this is beautiful. What are these?
Waffles, pancakes.
Did you make this?
What is it? What's this? It's a pancake, babe, you know.
Again, he's one of the people that sits back when it's group situations and doesn't fight for my attention. So it was really nice to have a one-on-one with him because I saw something that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
I sort of had the same
His
sort of
little
thing as well, but just 'cause,
stockings.
we were like, it was always the ravers
Yeah.
and the metlers, and it was always I was the metlers, so it was.
Were you?
Yeah.
I don't think he's gay. I definitely don't think he's gay.
See,
His
I don't
whole
agree with you,
attitude, the
Zoe.
way he dresses,
I don't agree with you. I think
he's
he
talking
is.
about
The
his
way that he,
ex-girlfriend.
especially last night.
I can only assume that he's not. But it's such a difficult question because that's the whole game, isn't it? I haven't got a clue, and at the end of the day, no one's letting on anything, so he could well be.
Coming up, the terrified guys face bucking hell.
Oh, I don't know if I'll...
And Zoe sends 2 more cowboys packing.
Well, I wonder who she's going to send
I
home.
have to ask you to leave the hacienda.
I have to ask you to go to the guillotine. Playing it straight. Oh, be quiet. Awful.
This is Mexico, where men are tough and a manicure is quite out of the question. After the furore surrounding last night's dancing challenge, the guys now face a true test
I
of
don't
balls,
like this.
a genuine bucking bronco.
Buckaroo's
No
gone
wonder
wild,
Demetrius has
girls.
gone back
Oh,
to bed.
I just need help.
I'm not shitting myself yet, but I'll be doing it in a minute.
I actually have
The
no
other
idea
guys are
about
now
him.
out of sight of the arena, and Peter thinks he's alone, but, in fact, Zoe is secretly watching.
Ooh, she's a spy. Super spy. Yeah, we haven't seen this guy very much at all, so I don't know. I can't really make an opinion of him.
Your hand. Ready?
No. Up to that point, though, I wasn't nervous at all. Only when they tied my hand really, because they tied really tight to the horse. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't like this task though. I don't like the idea of like tormenting these horses. Like, it's just not It just ain't it, sis, is it? Let's be honest.
A raised hand is the signal they are ready.
Oh, God.
Please, senor, I want a good bucking.
Be quiet! See, senor, I want a good bucking.
That's all.
Oh, are they not actually doing it?
Aha! Yes, this is
Oh, it's
not
a
physical
show!
test, but a
Sneaky
psychological one.
producers! That's gonna make Danny very upset. He's like, I can't believe this has all been staged and fake!
The mind games continue as the other guys are played the sounds of a real rodeo over a hidden tannoy.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Next up, it's Johnny.
Ready? No, wait. What are you doing with it?
Oh, Johnny.
It just started to go gang like that, and I was like, oh, what's going on like that? That was before I even got anywhere near it.
Gay.
All right. Right, just let me. Don't open the gates while I'm.
Can I just say one thing as well? Like, the producers were like, oh, Zoe will be watching on the sidelines, but they don't know. They know, like, at this point, like, surely they know that she's literally watching. Like, they're not going to make them go and do this task for fun. Like, just randomly and not show Zoe. Like, of course she's watching. Like, come on. Like, that's quite clearly, obviously happening. Do you think it's going to chicken out? I don't know.
No seat at all. My hand feels too tight. I'm not doing it. No, I don't want to do it.
No, yeah.
No. Not doing it. Just everything in my head was saying, no, this is a really, really bad idea. I'm just going to get...
Why would you want to do that anyway? Why would you want to do that? Let's torment an animal and maybe not get hurt, like...
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just worried about my back because when it jolts, I can just freeze my back up like that.
It's cool.
I was thinking right now, I'll risk it.
No, don't.
It's all right though. All right.
Cut there.
That's all.
You just passed the test.
Oh, he's gonna get angry.
Well done, Danny.
I can't believe it was a setup. Zoe's a worm. No, a mole.
The nervous Daniel
Health
K
and
is
safety
last.
would not cover that, babe.
Oh, you. And 10 minutes of face rubbing show he's both self-conscious.
Yeah, I feel like he would. The thing is, he's very young. I think
And
out of
image
all of them here,
conscious.
he
I've got
feels
to
like
deal with
he's
this
the
hard.
youngest, and I feel like he's been
For
like
real?
mummy's boy.
No. Man, you guys are f***ing hardcore. No way we're doing this right now. Shit. Has anyone got hurt yet? It's gonna book, innit?
6 people have died.
Can I not get a jacket on or something? Why not?
See, no,
Can I
he
take
just
this
sounds like a
off,
whiny
please?
straight person. It doesn't sound to me. This doesn't sound like a gay
This
person.
is not
Like,
safety having this on. I look like a Alright.
oh wow!
Go.
I did not expect him to do it.
You. Madonna's calling for me for her next video. God, how gay do I look?
Madonna's calling me from. How gay do you look? Because you. What?
Hey, press your red button.
Congratulations, fellas. I think it's fair to say that after last night's bad behaviour at the dance, that most of you have redeemed yourself with this test of courage.
Okay.
The bad news is
2 of you about to die.
there will be an elimination tonight.
Of course.
So, I think you better go and get yourselves ready for action.
There can't be many episodes of
Before
this.
the
If 2 people are
elimination,
going each
Zoe is
time.
granted 3 half-hour dates with the boys of her choice, and June lends her a helping hand.
You ask a guy or tell a guy that he's got dirty nails. If he looks this way, that means straight, apparently. And if he looks that way, gay.
To start, she wakes Demetrius from his coma.
Wow! Did you just hear that? Did you just hear that? So apparently, let's say again. So she said, you say to a guy, your nails are dirty. If he does this and looks at the nails like this, it means he's straight. And if you do this, it means he's gay. Have you ever heard such nonsense? Now, I spoke about in the first episode about how it can interpret people to do homophobic things. The show can get into the psyche and, like, you know, subconsciously make people homophobic. And, you know, there'll be certain things that happen on the show that people say, especially with the comment that was on the first episode when I think it was called George said that someone was a raving puffter. That nail thing, I can imagine back when this was aired, there would have been so many people ripping the crap out of other people in school saying, like, doing this test. I can imagine that happening all the time. And if a gay person got that had done something, they probably would have been ridiculed and mocked and bullied. And no. To reinforce the stereotypes like that on TV, just to be like, no, if you do it like this, it means you're gay, it means you're straight. Like, you're just aiding people to be bullies. Like, you're just aiding people to be bullies, and it's just not okay.
When I first came into the country, I moved in with family, and I ended up buying a house.
Again, I have no opinion on him. I don't know if he's gay or straight. I couldn't make any assumptions. We've not really seen him.
He talks in depth about his ex-girlfriend.
We broke up 3.5 years ago.
Oh, God.
4 years ago.
Weird.
Okay, so a long time. Yeah. They still live together. That's what he's saying. They still live together.
She's actually friends with a couple of girlfriends that I had afterwards.
Oh, okay.
They're still friends.
That's really weird, but quite nice.
I've got suspicions that Dimitri could possibly...
Why would you ever say that to a girl you were trying to win over? Gay.
be gay.
He's been quite namby-pamby around the pool before.
Namby-pamby?
I need coffee.
If I said to you, you've got dirt in your nails, how would you check them?
If you said to me, I've got dirt in my nails.
Yeah.
Like this.
Okay.
Anyone who's gay is also a very good actor in this game.
Why would
so
you?
I think
Why
the
would?
only thing I got
Okay.
Going for me and to actually start.
Not that I'm trying to critique not that I'm trying to critique Zoe's homophobic way of doing this. I don't like if you're saying someone. If I said to you, you know, you have dirt on your nails, how would you check them? That sounds like a test, and they're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna have to be able to time think, oh, maybe I would do it like this, or maybe like. You say to them, if you're gonna do it, at least go, oh, by the way, you got dirt on your nails. So you just say it, like what? Make it sound like a test. You know what's happening when Danny's gonna come and have this interview, and she's gonna be like, oh, you've got dirt. How would you respond? Whatever. He's gonna be like, oh, see, she was staging. This is a mole.
Feels good to have spent some time with you, really.
Yeah,
Sort of on a one-on-one.
He's just gone into himself the last few days. He hasn't really been standing out very much in the group. Hasn't really had very much to say. Which nipple have you got pierced?
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was gay or not.
Well, I don't know. Everything makes a difference now, you see. I thought that when you had your nipple or ear or anything pierced on the left side, that meant you were gay.
And at the moment I've got a bar, because when I had the ring it...
Oh, God. It was a different time, girls. I still feel like there's still a stigma about getting certain earlobe piercings. I don't know about nipple piercings and stuff. I feel like nipple piercings are very common now, but like earlobe piercings, like if you're a guy, I do still feel like there is a stigma being like, you have to have it done on one. I don't know what side it was. Like you'd have to have it done on one side, and I still feel like that happens today. I don't feel like even like that's gone yet.
Girls play with it, the ball part.
Oh, girls play with it? Yeah, girls play with it.
But
in a way, I think he's
It's all
too
very
keen to
like
tell me that he's had
interrogatory,
loads
isn't
of
it?
girlfriends.
Is that a word?
I lived with a girl from the age of 16 to 21.
Right. God,
My
that's young,
mum.
Isn't it 16?
I know.
It's like he's protesting too much. Have you ever dressed up as a woman?
Yes. It'd be to Zoe's benefit to keep me in the game because I'm straight.
What a question. Have you been a secret sissy, girls?
Finally, it's film student Danny
He's
B.
very
Are you
attractive.
all right about everything that's happened, like eliminations and stuff? Are you feeling...
I'm all right, yeah.
I wanted to see how he was. This is one of the reasons. I want to see how he was with me after last night, because when I walked into that room, I slightly felt initially that he was attacking me.
Well, I mean, he was.
If I told you that you had dirty fingernails,
Yeah.
how would you look at them?
Oh, gay. God, if she eliminates him just because he did this quickly, like the stupid thing is, there is literally no facts to back up anything. I will do both. If I'm like, Sam's like this and I want to check my nails, I'll just quickly do that because it's easier. If my hands are down here and I'm sitting down on my arms, I'll just do that and I'll hold my hand up like this in front of my face just because of where my hand is. It literally has nothing to do with me being a puff. To try to attach a sexuality to something so trivial as checking your nails is ludicrous. Again, and I can imagine, please comment down below if you were around back in these days, back like, you know, as a teenager at least. Did this ever get to you? Did anyone try to mock you or anything because of that one little part?
But I'm kind of hanging on to the hope that he's not gay, because I think Danny's... Basically, I quite fancy him.
We will ask two guys to leave the hacienda for good.
Leave the hacienda for good! Into the guillotine! Into the lazy lake of death!
Forced to do it, so that's...
I honestly
what it
have
comes down to.
absolutely no idea who she's going to pick.
I just feel stupid because I can't figure it out. That's what's bugging me. Obviously, have no gaydar.
It's not a thing.
Is there something about John? Is Zoe
In a song, like I
wouldn't ride the bull, but his dance could pull a muscle he counts on. Is there something about John? Is it romance or a con? No, John.
I can't deal with these songs. Ooh, it's eliminations, girls.
If there's one person that's going to be...
I honestly have no
tonight,
idea.
It's possibly Demetrius. And then, you know, it could easily be me.
I don't think she's going to get rid of Danny. That's someone I do think she's going to keep because she said she fancies him. But I honestly couldn't. I think he'll keep. She'll keep him, and maybe the blonde hair Daniel. But I can't. I honestly couldn't tell you. Could not tell you.
Okay, guys. Zoe will call you one by one into the middle.
And then she'll shoot you.
You want to go into the centre? Thank you. Good luck. Thanks.
Is there something about John? Is he wearing a thong? Oh, that's dark. Thong.
Peter.
Peter.
Hey, Zoe.
I think she's going to say stay because she's picked him first.
I find, you know, being in your company has been a real pleasure. It hasn't actually been enough. It's been really, really difficult because I haven't seen you. I've had one-on-ones with
We've
the rest
not
of
seen
the
him
boys,
too,
and
to be honest.
You are the only one I think I haven't spent any time with. And so basically, for that reason, I'm going to ask you to stay on because I really want to spend more time with you.
I didn't. Because she picked him first. I'm sure the producers have probably said to her like, pick the ones you want last, like, to make the tension.
Ben.
I wonder if she knows about the fight that happened. Like, did she know the fight happened?
Hello, gorgeous.
Hello, mate.
She seems to know everything else.
What do I need to say? I've made a right conscious effort to try and talk to you more.
And threaten the
I
other
like to
people in the
stay.
house.
I like looking at you, I like talking to you. I like everything about you, and that's why I want to stay with you.
Cool. Okay. What I love about you is that you've got so many different like characteristics. Like last night we had that big bust up.
Oh, she did
which was really funny, and I saw a completely
Funny?
different side of you. I saw a very definite, strong.
Funny. It was funny that he got into a fight and said he was going to beat the crap out of another person. Funny. Whatever floats your boat, Zoe.
Characteristics, the side of you that was really jokey and very jovial, and I just think you're so funny. You're gonna stay. I'm gonna ask you to stay.
Come here.
Shut me, girl. Yeah.
All right, babe. See you later.
I'm still going on the side of gay with him because of the dancing and the. Like it was too much. It was too much.
Demetrius.
Hi, Zoe.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hello.
I spent some time with you, and like you even more. I didn't get a chance to have a go at the 2 tasks. I guess I hope you let me stay so I can have a go at the next task.
Okay. I obviously, you know, having been told about the whole game element, have had to pull people apart, literally pull people apart. I've even kept a book about everyone's little isms, which is ridiculous, but it's the only way that really, when it comes to eliminations, how I've been able to cope with it all.
I do think she might
I
eliminate
can put my
him
hand on my heart and say that I'm not 100% sure about you. In fact, I'm not even 50% sure about you.
Yeah. We've not seen him again. He's kind of not
And
really
therefore,
been...
I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave the hacienda.
Oh, okay, we got the first leave now. So what do you think, guys? Gay
I'm really
or
sorry.
straight?
But before you go, I'm going to have to know, are you gay or are you straight?
Neither. I'm asexual. Oh, you prick. I hate it.
I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave the hacienda. But before you go, I'm going to have to know, are you gay or are you straight?
You've just increased your chances of winning, because I'm gay.
Get in.
Wow. Yeah, we... I'm sorry, yeah, that is... Yeah, that is... So him going then like, I'm sorry I lied, I'm sorry, like, ultimately that is what you are doing. Like, these aren't people who are in the closet and trying to defend, like, these are people who are out and like have probably been out for a while, like, and the fact that they go onto a show and have to lie about this to someone, and like the whole idea, the whole premise of the show is to like trick this woman to falling for them so they can take 50 grand away from her. It is horrible, and I do have very judgy, I guess. I don't know. I do have very sort of like, my opinion of you does alter. If you go on this show happily as a gay person to try and trick this woman, I do think badly of you. Like, I do think it's a bit, I don't know, it really doesn't sit right with me. Really doesn't sit right with me. This show is quite homophobic. It is not great. I know some people said in my last one, oh, but it was quite good for the time. It doesn't matter if something's good for the time. Like, looking back, this wasn't reinforcing anything positive to gay people. This was making gay people look out to be the villains. Just noticed my TV had turned itself off, girl. So we probably lost our nice little background for about, oh well.
I truly do enjoy spending time with you, and you know that you're a lovely girl, and what more can I say?
Thank you
I don't
very
trust
much,
him.
Ellie.
He's too
We have
rigid.
Actually, out of everyone, probably
Too
spent
rigid.
the most time together. And there's lots of things about you that I really, really like. There's also some things about you that really unnerve me.
Okay.
And I still think that you're really nervous.
Unnerve
and
me?
it makes me think that you're really hiding
What
something
thing to
from
say?
me. But when you tell me that you're honest and you look at me, I actually, maybe foolishly, but I do believe you. So you don't have anything to worry about this evening.
Foolish.
So I'm going to ask you to stay on at the Hacienda. All right.
Thank you very much.
Come on. Cheers. Thank you.
Am I surprised? I don't know. They have spent a lot of time together. I don't know. Yeah. I don't really know, to be honest. But I don't think he's straight. I think he's gay. He's too rigid. The way that he speaks and the way that it's too rigid. It doesn't feel genuine. Danny. Yeah, I don't think she's going to get rid of him. I don't think she's going to get rid of him. I think the fact that he's very attractive is helping his favour. Because I think if he was like less stereotypically attractive, she would eliminate him.
But I have felt like I've got more of an insight into the real Zoe. And I want to see some more.
Okay. I was a bit worried about you last night. Because when I walked into the room, I felt like I was being attacked. And it did upset me. But the more time I spend with you, the more I do like you. And basically, you're not going anywhere.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that at all.
Case. You really scare me.
Sorry.
That's cool.
Okay. See you later.
She looks really... You really scared... That's very awkward and very...
Blondie.
I'm just not actually going to comment.
Come
That
hither.
was... Wow.
Always a charmer.
Gonna keep it short and sweet. I like you. You look hot. I think we're cool together. We get on well.
Yeah, she'll keep him, I
want to
think.
get to know you a lot more, basically.
Thank you very much. You're
But
so
I hate you.
cocky. But I think it's great. I like you a lot. You're staying.
Yeah, I didn't think she'd get rid of him.
See you later.
The two Dannys, I feel like, have her... I think she likes the two Dannys the most out of anyone here.
Johnny.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I do not know.
First of all, I'd say you're looking good tonight, Dave.
Thanks very much.
Copy, Danny.
What I wanted to say was basically about the challenge today. Obviously, I backed out, and all that's been going through my head since today is just I'm hoping that I can get another chance to prove to you that you're totally worth it to actually do crazy stunts like that. But I'm hoping to get a chance to do it again. All right.
Okay. This is just the worst part because it's been, there's you and another guy left, and it's put me in a really awful position. So it must be feeling
I don't know.
awful.
I mean,
it was.
I think Danny's
you were the
gay.
only guy not to get on the horse.
I don't know about the other guy.
Okay. So basically,
you should probably eliminate him.
I'm gonna ask you to stay.
Oh.
Come and give me some love.
Oh no. Okay, so this guy is going. But I honestly couldn't tell you that we've not really seen him very much, so I don't know. But in the last episode, she eliminated 2 straight people, so she was eliminated 2 gay people. Should obviously balance it out a bit more now.
Well, there's not a lot to say really, since I am the last man standing.
Okay.
You're a bitch.
This
How
this
dare
real
you?
want to get across to me that you had this girlfriend, then you had that girlfriend, then you had that girlfriend, then I just don't know if you're talking about a girlfriend or a boyfriend. And
Yeah, you can go. There is a thing like
have to ask you to leave the hacienda.
it's very common for like people who are accused of something or doing something wrong, where they will like, if trying to prove their innocence, they will go way too in depth in a particular topic where it's like you're doing too much. And I actually understand what she's saying. Then I do actually agree with her.
Or are you straight?
Is he gay or is he straight?
And
We'll
I
see.
hope you're
Girls.
listening, fellas. Zoe, you have just increased your chances of going home with nothing. I am, in fact, straight.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Gag! What a, wow! I guess if I was a straight person, maybe in that situation I would be a little bit bitter. But like the fact that he mimicked what the last guy just said, because he was like the gay one, and then to be like, well, actually, you've increased your chances of losing, bitch. Like, gag. Again, I actually had no opinion of him. I actually didn't know if he was gay or straight. Weirdly then, because he was straight, the fact that he went so super in depth with past relationships to me just says that he's not over them. Because to go that far in depth and tell a girl that you're trying to woo over, that weird behavior. Any people watching, if you're talking to a new boyfriend, new girlfriend, you're trying to get someone to like you, trying to, you're chatting someone up, do not go that in depth in your to your previous relationships. That's weird. Unless the person specifically asks you this much information. Again, that would be weird to begin with anyway, but like, unless people ask you, don't go that in depth because it's weird. Poor Zoe. So, she's eliminated 3 straight people and 1 gay
Make a
person.
good choice tonight. I'm gutted to leave the show. If she thinks I'm gay, it just goes to show that you never know. You can't just tick boxes and put people in them.
I was wrong anyway.
You were wrong.
And the way he said it as well, he was like, well, you'd...
I mean, the one thing I will say about this show is that is true. At least in some way, it is kind of battling stereotypes in a weird way. It's just kind of going about it in the wrong way.
Just closer to going home with nothing. It was like,
Diva, that was quite bitchy,
wasn't it? Little water in his eyes.
Yeah, off he went. Didn't even give you a hug.
No.
I'd find it hard to choose, to be honest. Other than Dimitri, after that, all the rest seemed to be straight.
I'm gutted. I wish I could stay on a bit longer. I mean, I came on this game to win.
Fully lying on the ground with paramedics around him, and I thought, not many straight men that I know would be that overdramatic about it.
I mean, I don't agree with that, Zoe, at all. At all.
Next week, who the hell are these guys?
New people are joining.
Who's he talking about?
You know, if you want to act like a muppet straight away, I'm happy with that.
And what's her problem?
That's ridiculous.
Well... So I guess in the next episode, we're going to have more people coming in and like joining. I do find it a bit weird when people like join like a bit through like these other people have been there for like weeks and then all of a sudden these new people join and be like, yeah, we can just have a head start. Oh, so we're going to get some drama, girls. Some new people are coming in. So, I mean, again, I don't know why I was expecting this episode to be any better. I didn't really know the opinion of both of the people that kind of went. I didn't really know either way. But you know, the bitchiness of if you've increased your chances of losing, girls, gag. The whole thing about the piercings being one side's gay, one side straight, the checking of your nails, like all the comments, like it's very, although ultimately, like, yeah, the guy at the end said you shouldn't really put people in boxes and stuff. They're still doing it, and yeah, you're breaking out of them and stuff, but the comments and the way that things are happening, like, it's still, you're maybe trying to do something positive, but it's just going about it in like the complete wrong way by reinforcing like other stereotypes as well. So leave some comments down below who you might think are gay, who is straight, who is in this, you know, what's going on, any views that you may have on the show. Also, like I said, I would love to know about if any of you guys had the thing about the nails. Any guys watching, you've had the nail thing happen. Did that ever ridicule you when you were back as like a teenager, younger, whatever? Anyway, I'm not going to do too much of an outro because it is long enough already. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Don't miss any videos that are coming up. I'll be doing episode 3 in a week or so. I'm going to make sure that I kind of do them a little more frequently and not leave it as long as I did before. I just kind of wanted to test the ground because I didn't know how well the first one was going to do. So we've got this one now. But yeah, I'll be definitely watching the rest of the series. A massive shout out to my gorgeous patrons whose names you can see on the side here. And an extra special shout out to my top tier Patreons: Alexander Shaw, Aurora666, Austin Filden, Beth Ard, Bruce Shot 93, Brenner, Cassie Hill, Shill Herman, Christopher John, Robbie, Chris Williams, Demetra Settle, Elisa Mitchell, Gay Driftloon, Heather Prissy, Caitlin Wright, Kat L, Kelly Bowser, Chloe Louise, Samuel Patterson, Savannah Truden, Sefritek, and Suz Mac. Thank you so much for being a top tier Patreon. You guys are incredible. There's a link down below if you'd like to come on Patreon too. But anyway, be fat, space, be gay, be everything you want to be, and don't let a bitch to say that you can't be you. Why is that? Because you're a flawless girl. Yes, bitch.